Whoop, there we go. Okay, this is the intro video for a really nice 5.8 acre property in Shannon County, Missouri. We're very close to the Jacks Fork River, and this particular tract borders the Rocky Creek Conservation Area along its entire east side for about 260 feet. So as we look at the aerial map here, here's the gravel road, and the property you can see is outlined in red. It's got about 230 feet of frontage on the gravel road. It goes to the northeast all the way to that conservation area. So not only do you have your 5.8 acres to hunt and camp and trail ride and just recreate, you can build out there as well, although everything is off grid. There's no power in the area. But you also have direct access into that conservation area, which I believe is a couple thousand acres. If we zoom out, we can see that. I mean, it's big. The Rocky Creek Conservation Area totals like 12,000 acres, and it's in different sections. But you can see this particular section, it's really large. You're also very close to this purple area, which is the Ozark National Scenic Riverway, which encompasses the Jacks Fork River, which you can see here. It's a really popular river for fishing and floating and canoeing. As I zoom out a little more, we'll zoom back in a minute, but let's look at the area. The Jacks Fork runs up through the Alley Spring area, which is another really cool place that you can Google, and then it goes through the town of Eminence. So probably the closest, well, Eminence to the northeast is about 10 miles. You've got Birch Tree to the south, about 10 miles. And I guess as long as we're zoomed out, we might as well do that, and then we'll zoom back in a minute. Okay, let's go way out here. Okay, so on this map, the colored areas are land that's open for public use. So the blue areas are state managed, like this conservation area, which directly borders the property. The green areas are federally managed, so that's National Forest, Mark Twain National Forest that you see. This kind of greenish purplish area would also be state managed. And then the purple area, like I said earlier, is the Ozark National Scenic Riverway, which is really cool. Pretty amazing to have all that stuff within just a couple miles of the property. And the conservation land directly bordering it is quite rare. So the closest town with a Walmart, because we do get that question a lot, and I don't blame people, is Mountain View, Missouri. So that's about 15 miles southwest of the property. If we zoom out, let's zoom way out and kind of show you where this is in the state of Missouri. Whoops, the property is, there it is. There's property right there. Go to the west about an hour and a half. You've got Springfield, Missouri, which is the largest city in southern Missouri. Branson is just to the south of Springfield. As far as big cities, Springfield's pretty big. It's 150,000, 200,000 in the area. But St. Louis, about 3 hours to the northeast. Kansas City, a little further to the northwest. And if you venture down into Arkansas, of course, you've got Little Rock, Memphis, Tennessee, all these places within half a day's drive. So really excellent location. It's one of the reasons why this area of the Ozarks is so popular for recreation, is not only the public land in the area, but also just half a day's drive from so many places. So a lot of people own their recreation land here. Maybe they live in St. Louis, maybe they live in Little Rock or Memphis. They can leave on a Friday, use the land all weekend, and drive back to their house on Sunday evening. So let's go back to the Google map. We're using the MapRight program, by the way, which is a really good way to explore these properties. You'll find this particular map within the listing at InstantAcres.com. By the way, that's where you need to go to see if the property is still available. It would be in the under 10 acre category. We sell everything with owner financing, excuse me, low down payments and seller finance payments. We make it really easy, no credit check or anything like that. So anyway, this MapRight map will be in the listing, but when you go to view the actual property, if you download the MapRight app to your phone or your tablet, you can get it for Apple or for Android. It's a free app, although lately people have been telling us that MapRight does try to get you to buy a subscription. You don't have to. You can do absolutely everything you need to just with the plain basic app. Once you have the app, we can email you the link to this particular map. Open that email on your phone, click on the link, and this particular map will open up on the screen of your phone or tablet. And it's really cool because you'll also have a red dot that indicates where you are. So as you drive out to the property, it's so handy because some of these forest roads are unmarked. And when you get to the property, you can basically walk the boundaries with your phone in your hand. So really cool. Anyway, this gravel road keeps going. I believe it goes up through here. I really haven't been that far, but you've got Jack's Fork River, excuse me again, about a mile to the west. And now let's zoom way in and we'll get a good look at this. So this base map, one of the problems with MapRight is the base maps aren't always up to date. This is several years old. So this was logged, I don't know, a few years ago. But this base map doesn't really do it justice because it's had some growth since then. But even so, I mean, we can get a fairly good idea of how it sits. Large grove of trees here by the road. Got more of an open area toward the middle and then more wooded as you get to the east side. Pull up a topo map really quickly, and they can be confusing, but it'll show how the property sits. Basically, it's the highest by the road. You've got a level area there, and it slopes down gradually as you go northeasterly toward the conservation area. So very, very usable property. Certainly could build or camp. Like I said earlier, all these tracks are off-grid. The closest power is probably like 4 miles. So don't plan on getting a power line to this one. Solar, wind power, or generator. But beautiful area, lots of deer, lots of turkey. The hunting's great. The fishing in the rivers and floating and canoeing and swimming. I mean, it's just awesome for a vacation property or for an off-grid cabin. Minor property covenants in place to help protect your investment. If you're planning on building basically any type of standard structure, they probably don't affect you one bit, but you definitely want to check them out. They'll be within the listing page. But yeah, we tried to keep this short. This didn't end up short, so sorry about that. But you can go to InstantAcres.com to see if this is still available. You can give us a call or you can email us at sales@instantacres.com, and we'd love to talk to you about any of our properties.